Pastor Mathison, what does the Bible say about a double-minded man?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor King, for that message and for that question also. What does the Bible say about a double-minded man? In James 1 and verse 8 says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. James was trying to explain that when we ask God, we should ask in faith, not wavering. One who wavers is like the wave of the sea driven with the wind and is tossed. When a person is double-minded, it means that the person is usually undecided, that he or she cannot make up his or her mind. The person goes back and forth, cannot reach a decision, or even if he or she gives the impression that they made a decision only to backtrack on that decision. A double-minded person appears to be believable, giving that appearance, convincing, persuasive, only to renege. It has been said, your word is your bond. That means nothing to a double-minded individual. He or she does not care about changing their mind, even if the change is disastrous to the other person. Double-mindedness is a concept used in the philosophy and theology of the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, 1813 to 1855. It's used as insincerity, egoism, or fear of punishment. The term was used in the Bible in the Epistle of James. And even the philosopher developed his own systematic way to try to detect double-mindedness within himself. Now, the double-minded man is unsure about himself or herself, the double-minded woman or others, also unsure of the future. But he or she cannot make up his mind or her mind, as I stated earlier. The double-minded person cannot be trusted. He or she is not dependable. Even in his or her own prayer, the person sometimes does not believe what he or she is asking God for, that God can do what he's asking God to do. Jesus says, if we have faith like a grain of mustard seed, we could remove mountains. When we go to God, we cannot be double-minded. We cannot be unbelieving. We cannot be distrustful, meaning doubtful or suspicious. We have to trust and take God at his word. We have to be that believing person, believing that what God says he will do, that he can do. The double-minded person is a doubter. One example is what Jesus spoke about in Matthew 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. A double-minded person is like a double agent, thinking that he could be all to everyone. The double-minded man tries to serve two masters equally. Being double-minded, my friends, is to be double-hearted, having no loyalty and allegiance. No one can depend on this person, for he or she is unstable and can agree to one thing today and change the next. God expects us to come to him in singleness of heart, not wavering. Singleness of heart indicates a unanimous singleness of purpose. Israel of old was double-minded. They sought after many gods. God wanted them to be of one heart and no longer seeking many gods, and that they would be content with one God. Jeremiah 32 and verse 39 in the NIV. It says, I will give them singleness of heart and action, so that they always fear me, says God, and that all will go well for their children after them. That is God's plan for us. Many of us experience dealing with a double-minded person. How hard it is knowing that there is a high probability that the person may renege. Humans are already fickle. but adding to double-mindedness can be chaotic. It is better to love that person in Jesus' name, but to be frequently skeptical with the person's distrustfulness is a recipe for much frustrations. God bless you all.